Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Jack of All Games. My name's not Jack, and today we're back on TFT. We're here again to talk a little bit about first impressions of the new patch 10.7, and what it means for the current meta. Thankfully, the guide that I posted yesterday is actually still good and possibly even better on this current patch, so go back and check that video out as well. So one of the first differences between this patch and last patch is obviously the addition of galaxies. Now if you play a few games, you'll see a lot of them. There's three new ones. One where everyone starts with 125 health. One where everyone in the first carousel gets to pick from a pink unit. It's called the Lilac Galaxy. And then another one where everyone starts with two Nikos. I've actually played probably 5 or so games on the new patch, and I haven't come across a single Nico-verse galaxy, but I've come across the 125 health galaxy and the Lilac Galaxy quite frequently, so just keep a lookout for those. Another huge change this patch is not only the destruction of rebels, really, to be honest, but also the rise of cybernetics, which I talk about in my last video on how to play. So one small tweak to, let me just get all this done. One small tweak to yesterday's video, or episode, I believe it's 4 or 5 in my series, is basically that now cybernetics is probably the most popular comp and is much more highly contested, but that doesn't mean that you still can't go it. I've been going it consistently, doing well in each game. I still highly recommend it. It's still one of the best comps, and probably why I'm going to be playing it again here in this game. Also helpful, I found, is going Space Pirates early. They end up getting you a lot of gold if you're able to get them, and especially in the 125 galaxy, health is really kind of less important than obviously in any other game, but it's really kind of a backdrop to the units that you can get. You can even lose streak almost entirely up to level 8, which is a big change from the last patch, where you'd probably be around like 20 to 30 health and lose almost entirely based on your lose streaking early. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about the different galaxies. In this one, obviously, we're in kind of the normal galaxy, so nothing weird happening in this game. But some strategies that might help you in the future on the other galaxies. So one, the 125 galaxy, like I said, health is much less important. You really don't need that much of it. You can really do without, trying to win early. You can just kind of lose streak until you get to your level and basically make things happen from then on. Like, try to get to level 8 just by lose streaking, and then just build your comp then. You'll see people, staying at above 100 health for a while as well, because people like to lose streak, but it's really it's really one of those places where losing is much better in the 125 galaxy than in any other galaxy, just because you have so much health to kind of use as a resource. Then moving right along to the Lilac Galaxy, that's the one where the carousel offers only pink units. That's another really cool galaxy. There's a couple different strategies. Generally what I found is you don't want to get too carried away and too into whatever unit you get, because a lot of the time the early units in the Lilac Galaxy, like a level 1 4-cost unit, isn't actually going to do that much for you, so sometimes you're better off selling it. Unless that unit is central to your comp and already has an item on it that you want, then it kind of makes it a little bit easier to play around that. For example, if we were in the Lilac Galaxy in this game and I found an Aurelia with a BF sword, then I'd be over the moon and definitely try to go for that, because that would be, ideal. Another thing to think about is the last galaxy, which is the Nicoverse or Nicosphere or whatever they want to call it. But basically, what this galaxy means is you start with 2 Nicos, and the best way that I've found to really use it is you either want to use it on level 4 unit or 4 cost units or 5 cost units. Generally, if you can find, like for instance in Cybernetics, if you can find 1 Aurelia, you use both Nicos immediately. That gives you an instant level 2 Aurelia and really kind of allows you to win streak towards the latter half of the game. And you can also do that for other comps. So for instance, if you go Brawler Blasters and you get your first Jinx, you can immediately make it a level 2 Jinx. You can also wait if you aren't too worried about it and wait to use it on legendaries like Echo or MF or GP or Aurelian Soul. And that brings me to kind of the shift in the meta that I mentioned earlier in the video. So one of the big changes is Rebels is almost completely gone. You don't really see very many people going it at all. I haven't seen anyone win with Rebels in any of the games that I've played. Brawlers and Blasters is still really, really strong. Cybernetics is still really, really strong, and those are kind of the main 2 comps that I've seen a lot of. Snipers you'll see snipers here and there, but it's not the kind of end-all be-all. But you'll definitely still see that as well. But Rebel is gone. Basically, no one plays it. GP got nerfed almost into the ground. I mean, GP is significantly worse, and really kind of loses a lot of the best things about him. Oh, this guy's taking my unit. I'll go with that. But GP lost a lot of damage. MF lost a decent amount of damage. There were some buffs to some of the weaker champions, but overall, I predict that the meta is going to stay about the same, with Rebel just dropping out and not being part of it anymore, simply because they're just not good enough to kind of keep up with all the other champions. One thing I would note as well is Chrono got a pretty significant buff, and with fights lasting a bit longer, what might end up happening is that the Chrono buff itself gets a boost just because the fights last longer, and the longer you have an additional attack speed increase, the more powerful it gets. And that's another thing that I would look out for. It's really good early, but I think in the later half of the game, going 4 to 6 Chronos is still not advisable. You can go ahead and try it. I would maybe try that in a normal game so you don't risk losing LP, but that's just me. Perfect, so we're just win streaking here. Haven't been able to find another Space Pirate, which is unfortunate. But we do have level 2. Wow. This is setting up for a pretty solid Cybernetics game. Let's see what everyone has. This guy seems to be going the most random comp I've seen. Vanguard Protector. This is still a pretty solid comp, and you'll see Dark Star as well every now and then. But for the most part, like you can see, like no one in this game so far is going Rebels, and that's because it's just, I mean, it got nerfed pretty significantly, and multiple champions got nerfed. It's just not really that good anymore. So I would suggest going something else, unless you have perfect starting items for it, and then, I mean, be my guest, go ahead. You might be the only one playing it, which could actually be an advantage for you. So it might not be a terrible idea. And I leveled up right here again to just get a nice level 5 store as we go into the Krugs round. Doesn't even matter how I position them, there's no way I lose this. So if I was in the Nicosphere right now and I would be going Brawler Blaster, I'd buy this Jinx and immediately throw both Nicos on it just to have a level 2 Jinx right from the start. Gives you an incredible boost. Wow. Not bad. A lot of gold and no items. Perfect. Alright. So we're just going to keep hanging on here. Oh. Check what everyone else is doing. This guy has Dark Star and Protector, Sniper Chrono, Blaster Space Pirates, Blaster Brawler, and Sorcerer. I don't know. Maybe this guy is trying to go Star Guardian Sorcerer. That's actually something that's gotten buffed a little bit recent in the last patch in 10.7. So you might see it more, but I still don't think it's kind of the most viable. There's definitely better comps out there. So I don't anticipate it being a big thing, but you never know. One of the champs that also got nerfed is Ezreal, but he's still, you know, just his ultimate is so strong. It's an AoE mana reaver, basically. So, still a good unit. Definitely a great unit in the mid game, especially. I still throw it in my Cybernetics comp just to avoid some of the other things, but something to think about, maybe potentially replacing him, but then you'd also lose the Chrono from the combo of Ezreal and Shen. You could go a Kayle variant, where Kayle gives you the Blade Master, and then go a different blaster, but obviously that can, you know, that can change based on what you see and what you're able to find in your stores or just in the carousels and the items that you get. Losing our win streak here is actually pretty horrific. Costs us a ton of gold. And all around just kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Alright, keep leveling. Throw in Cybernetics. Unfortunately, we don't really have any items that can go on anyone. I guess we can throw this on Fiora to give her a buff. But I'm saving the Negatron Cloak for potential Bloodthirster for Aurelia. And yeah, unless I'm able to find, you know, an Infinity Edge, and then I can throw this Negatron Cloak on someone else. But for right now, just kind of sticking with this. Lucian also got a bit of a buff just by a lot of bug fixes happening and him being able to basically, like, his ultimate counting as autos or something along those lines, which will kind of make on hit effects take action. Ooh, that was a lucky one. Red buff also got nerfed. Ooh, we want this right here. Red buff also got nerfed. I'm trying to think what else kind of is significant. I think red buff got nerfed, but I still think it's important. Morellonomicon is still important. Echo did get nerfed, which is kind of a big nerf to, or a significant nerf to Cybernetics, but I still think it's a pretty great comp. Definitely one of the better comps I've seen. Oh wow, I can't believe I got that. A Kayle with a Chain Vest making it through to last round is pretty rare. Perfect, find a blaster. Sell that. There we go. And yeah, so we're gonna kind of keep grinding. Obviously wasn't able to find Space Pirates this round, but if you have the level 2 Graves and you're able to find a level 2 Darius in place of, you know, something like the Jarvan or the Poppy, huge It's huge, but it's actually incredible. It probably gets you, by the time you sell it, I mean, it gets you 10, potentially 15 gold on top of anything you earn. So it's like, I mean, you can't really do much better. Take the extra Ezreal. And as well level up twice. So we're in a pretty great spot right now. We're probably going to lose this. That's fine. We're, you know, near the top of the leaderboard in terms of health. We're going to be level 7 by the time we start the infiltrator round, which is also really important. And we have a good amount of the pieces that we're going to need for the final comp. Get another Lucian. Throw in Ezreal. Get rid of the Lucian. Actually, we probably want Cybernetic. We could get rid of Poppy, but then we'd lose Vanguard. We'll just hang out like this. Don't have to decide right now. So one part of the meta that I think still hasn't changed, I know they changed the percentages around a bit in terms of what level champs you can get, and there we go. We have our Bloodthirster. What level units you can get at different levels, or what cost units you can get at different levels. But in general, I would still recommend rolling down at level 8, especially for this comp, because your odds of finding an Aurelia, your odds of finding an Echo are just much better. And one thing to note though, I have seen a lot of the 125 HP games go to level 9. I mean, towards the end you'll see almost all kind of champs in the game. It's, you know, probably 6 out of the 8 people in the game get to level 9, just because the extra 25 health is such a massive difference. So just keep that in mind when you're thinking about rolling down, when to roll down, and how much to roll down. 8 I still think is optimal, but it can definitely change around pretty significantly. Sell that in the Shen. Could make a Seraphs for my eventual Echo, but I don't know yet. I've also been trying out what is it? The spear or whatever, the BF sword with the tier. Really actually pretty good on Aurelia, just because she, I mean, if she loses an ult, she constantly ults again. Just really strong. This person I think is going, yeah, this person's going to be going 6 chrono. I mean, it's working out not super well, but could be worse. There we go, got our Aurelia. Honestly gonna sell this right now. No point in keeping it. Cool. So all we need now is an Echo and to like level up some of the units that we have, but then we're pretty much already at the final comp. We're just gonna have to move them around, position them a little bit, and give them items. But this has been pretty much the ideal game for what you'd want and what you'd kind of expect out of this patch. Obviously, it changes around a bit with the Nicoverse, and I wish that for this video I had gotten into a game with the Nicoverse, but or any type of different galaxy, but it's still a different patch just in the fact that, or it's still, I think, a better patch just in the fact that no one is going Rebels, because Rebels was, you know, a bit of a cancer, in my opinion. Wow. If we can get that Echo, this game's basically over. I mean, if we get that Echo, we're guaranteed top 4. I'll say that. Alright. Well, that makes our life a lot easier. Already comes with a tier, we can save a tier. So we just sell that, put you in, level up, put you in, give you this tier, give you that tier, give you a recurve for some reason, and now we're just going to roll down and try to find everything we need. Yep, and that's basically what you can expect. I think the only thing we still need level 2 is the Vi and the Echo. And then we're basically done. Oh, they also added that if you win, your characters dance, which I think is a huge improvement over them not dancing. There's level 2 Vi. Alright, no Echo yet, but I'm also going to reposition these a little bit. I found that this type of setup is kind of the best positioning. It causes the Vi to go across the field, so the Vi is going to go after the Lux in this case, so hit as many units as possible. If you're playing a mech player, your Aurelia doesn't focus the mech immediately, and all your champs aren't clustered around the mech, which is really, really good. And yeah. I mean, we might as well just hold these for now. See if anyone else going cybernetic. I'm actually surprised that so few people are going cybernetic, or actually just me. But I mean, I'll take it. It makes my life a lot easier. But you can see about people still going Brawler Blaster. It's still really strong. They did nerf, you know, Echo, Ezreal, and MF, but overall it's still really good. Wow. Alright. I don't know if this works on Lucian. Let's give it to him. Let's try to find the last Echo. Nope. Alright. For now, just hang out. Try to kind of improve items in the carousel and whatever the hell. This is Kane. And that's what I was talking about in terms of against the mech, whatever, giant thing. Because we put our units like that, they don't all kind of bunch up right for his attack, so they all take that AoE damage. Instead, they're kind of spread out a little bit more. It also takes your Ezreal and your Lucian away from infiltrators if they're trying to jump to your back line. Generally, it gives them a couple, you know, like a second or two extra of auto attacks. Yeah, this is, to me, this is the best I found. I mean, I'm sure there's probably some genius way of doing it, but I haven't come across it. We really need a Morello Nomicon in order to beat this guy. Yeah, we're not going to beat this guy. We might be able... Nope. It's a shame. But yeah, you can see Protector's still strong as ever, especially if you get great items. 6 Sorcerer, 3 Mech Pilot, 3 Star Guardian. Not terrible. 6 Chrono and a 3-star Blitz. That's hilarious. I've not seen that. I can't imagine that's very good. There we go. Generally, we can beat everyone except for this guy. Who, my guess is going to be is just going to win. Alright, let's see if we can find a Morello. No Morello. That's unfortunate. Zephyr could be decent here. Dragon's Claw's not bad. I'll take a Static Shiv instead, I guess. He took slow. Oh, right, makes sense. So one thing that I do know is that Static Shiv now works on Lucian. So we're gonna just give that to him. Alright, I think we need to roll down to try and get this Echo. God. Where? Okay, I found 17 Lulus and no Echoes, so this game is amazing. This guy's 2 Zephyrs, Jesus. Doesn't matter. I think I actually played this guy Clover. Wait, he has 2 Nikos. This is not the Nico verse. He just happens to get 2 Nikos. That's amazing. I think I played Clover in Disguise like literally last game too. Oh, another thing they changed is the picture of Graves, because that seemed like a really important change that needed to be made. I don't know. They also buffed Blade Master slightly, but I don't really think it matters. They changed Mana Reaver, which actually makes it a little bit better. So throwing in a Thresh at level 9 might actually be a pretty good call. Oh yeah, we're definitely going to lose this. We need Aurelia to go on literally any other champ. What? Yes. We got a red buff. Hell yeah. We're 100% putting that on Lucian. And that is basically exactly what we needed to have a chance at beating that comp. Or that Smirella. It's also not bad. I think I'm gonna have to rethink how I position. Do this just to get away from. Well, now that's Lulu as well, but to get away from this Jin Zhao. I'm surprised we haven't found an Echo yet, and yet no one is going Cybernetics or Echoes. What? Wow. I can't believe I lost that. Die. Hell yeah. Alright. Top 4, guaranteed. I called that. There's our Echo. Oh my god, thank you. Do it like this. This way. Really, it won't get hooked. Both Blitzcrank are hooking to the side, so we're fine there. Alright, I think we should win this. We did get Mana Reaver though. Let's go. Alright. Top 3. This guy's just running for his life. Alright. Almost top 2. Might as well hold on to the Lulu, add her back in. Or actually, the Thresh. Yeah, we'll sell that. Wait for a Thresh. Okay. So we should be okay against both of these. Might do this. Just to deal with the Zephyr. Open, we're not even playing him. Alright, so we're probably going to lose this, so hopefully we just live longer than the other guy. Or maybe not. Oh, is this the dream? Okay. The dream. Top 2 at least. If we get a Morello Nomcon here, be huge. Or that IE. Or the GA. Who dealt the most damage last round? It was Aurelia. I'll take the IE. Let's see, I could level to 4, I mean to 9 here, and just throw in this for Brawler. Might as well. My Aurelia popping off. I think we got this, yeah. Until this guy figures out that if he puts the Xin Zhao on the side of my Aurelia, I'm screwed. I think we're in pretty good shape. So here we're just looking for we're just looking for a Thresh. Is he gonna do it? Nope, I think he's might be AFK. Because I don't think you can expect a better result from the same thing happening constantly. Or maybe you can. I mean, all he has to do is win once. Oh, and it's happening. Oh no. Or not. There we go. Phew. Wow, and we get a Shroud. That is big. And he gets a Zeke. I don't give a shit about that. Alright, let's try to get this. No. Yep. Still hasn't learned. All right. Is this the one? That's the one. Like I said, Cybernetics is still one of the best comps in the game. Just have to position it right, get good items, make use of the different galaxies you're in. If you want kind of a better tutorial on how to play Cybernetics, check out my last video. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe, please comment, please give me that thumbs up. It means a lot. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.